Hey, I'm MIDJA, and recently I was reminded by a colleague of mine of the 4 stages of learning. And it's something that always resonates with me and with my clients. So if you're like me, you've spent most of your career honing your skills and gaining the knowledge you need to become an expert in your chosen field. And I spent 20 years in the corporate world as both a lawyer and an in-house facilitator and coach. And I got to the stage where I was unconsciously competent. So I could just get up in the morning and run a training session, coach a colleague, develop a training program, and I didn't even have to think about it. I just knew what I was doing. And that is a sweet spot to be in your career. And I'm sure you've felt like that as well. And so you have lots of confidence and you know what you're doing and you're rewarded and you're recognized for your work. So what's the downside of that? Well, the downside can be that you're playing it safe, of course, and that you're staying in your comfort zone and you're not being challenged, you're not growing. And so it's a great place to be in for a while. But then you might get to the point where you go, you know what? I want to try something different. Maybe you want to step up into a leadership position. Maybe you want to retrain into a different area altogether. And so you start again and you're like, right. And you become unconsciously incompetent. And this is a great space to be in too, because you don't know what you don't know. So you're all smiles. You're like, of course, I can do this. But then what happens? Well, the bubble often bursts because suddenly you start learning new things and you start gaining more experience, and then you start making mistakes because this is all new to you. And you start looking around and you're like, people are doing a lot better at this than I am. People know more than me in this space. Maybe you find yourself a mentor and they start asking you questions that you don't know the answer to. And suddenly you find yourself being consciously incompetent. You now know what you don't know. And this is a scary space to be in, particularly if you've been at your top of the game for a long time. And now you're at square one. And this is the moment of choice. This is the pivotal moment where you need to make a decision, whether you move forward or whether, you know what, I'm just going to go back to what I know, what I'm good at. Yeah, I'm just going to go back there because that felt really good. And that can be so tempting. So I want to talk to you about what you can do in order to move past this, in order to then become consciously competent. And the first thing you need to do is you need to acknowledge your feelings. So go, you know what? This is absolutely normal to feel like this, to feel like panicked and scared about this. And I'm just going to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then secondly, you need to be open to learning. So open yourself up. Don't be afraid to ask for help because this is a new game. Next, you need to find yourself a mentor. So someone that can be by your side and can challenge you, can point you in the right direction, and can keep you accountable during this time. Then next, you need to follow your passion and reconnect with why you're doing this. Why are you doing what you do? Connect with your purpose. And then finally, you actually just have to do the hard work because that's what it takes to become competent at this new skill, in this new role. And my mentor often says to me, Midge, you're just on the wrong side of a whole lot of hard work. And I hate it when she says that, but I know it's absolutely true. Because for me, yes, I've been at the top of my game and I've now started in a new game, my own leadership practice. And it takes hard work, and it takes pushing through all those feelings of doubting yourself, of feeling like you're not sure what you're doing, that there's a whole lot of new skills and new knowledge that you need. But if you push past that, if you can get past that stage, of course, at some point, you again will become unconsciously competent at what you're doing. It will just become like second nature. And if you can keep doing that, if you can keep learning, keep going through that cycle, then you'll open yourself up to taking more risks, and you will step further outside of your comfort zone. I'm MIDJA. Mwah. Bye guys.